Alright, this is Alexander Vera. This is the final alien invasion for CIS 126N for Ed Carthon. Uh, I could not get this thing to work. I got up to the point in the guide to where I was able to make the screen. I was able to put the plane or put the ship onto the screen and to move the ship to the right. Once I think I started moving I think it was functions around, once I started adding a lot more to functions, right before I added the alien, I believe I was able to add the bullet. I forget which went first. It was the bullet that came first, and then the alien. For some reason, it just wouldn't come up. Like, I would get a screen and then it would exit out, and I kept getting errors. I don't know if this is because of maybe I have a different version of it. Maybe I put in the wrong code. What I did try to do was, I noticed that online at GitHub they had the same exact code listed on there, so I tried to like see if I could get the code from there and see if that would work, but I still had trouble from it, so I don't know if it's my settings or whatnot. And it was working earlier because with this editor, I guess to say, I'm able to what is it? Add settings, I guess. I am able to add. It had PyGame that I can download, so it's compatible with it. And like I said, I got to the screen and I got to the ship, but other than that, I still have this problem right here, which I wasn't having, but I started having once I got into settings, and when I tried something different, it wasn't working. The code in the book was a little bit tricky to follow, but it was very educational in the sense of how they build up and walk you through step by step with each phase of it. What got tedious was the fact that they would have you write code into Alien, and then you had to go back and delete that code, and then you went over and you added it to game functions. And then now, instead of it being part of Alien Invasion, you had it over here, but you also had to make sure you deleted it, because sometimes it wouldn't tell you that, and sometimes it wouldn't show you what they wanted you to update over here. Like, I believe one time I had to add, I think it was this right here, or this part right here, and like, how they were following along, you had to pay a lot of attention to the book and to every detail, because there's some things they don't tell you, some things they don't tell you to delete, or some things they don't tell you to add. You kind of have to look at it and then get the hints like, oh, that's no longer there anymore, it's moved over, but they didn't necessarily tell you to delete that. So that, I think, is where I'm running into an issue also. I think for the most part I got it right. Tried lining up all my answers with with what I also found online and also from the book to make sure I got everything right. I understood it and how they made different functions, and this was very useful going through the project, because with this you have these different classes or modules or functions, and each one is different. They do something specific, and instead of having one big program or having one big long script, you have this one short script that basically just runs everything. And so if you ever wanted to use this stuff in the future, you could always bring it up in the future for something completely else. And it was very educational. Like I said, I have projects 1 through 7 done, so yeah, thank you.